Did you know the United States made paper money with your hometown on it? That's right. These national banknotes, which were issued by private banks across the United States from the late 19th to the early 20th century, offer a very interesting glimpse into our American financial history. Now, these notes were standardized in design, typically featuring the portrait of U.S. presidents and other national symbols, yet they hold a unique significance for local communities. They often included the bank's name, location, which provided a direct link to towns and cities nationwide. Collecting these banknotes allowed collectors to understand the economic and cultural stories of their hometown, making them prized artifacts that bridge the gap between national history and local identity. Now, I like these notes because they're so unique and they really are a great piece of our history that not many people know about. They're oftentimes going to have signatures of local authorities on them, and they come in all different denominations from 1 all the way up to 1,000. This first note we're going to go over is from Pensacola, Florida. Now, Florida is a great, beautiful vacation state, and there are many different cities within the state, and these banknotes tend to sell for a good amount of money simply because they are from Florida. Now, these banknotes come from banks, like I said, all across the U.S., and if it's an old bank that's been around for a while, then there is a very sure probability that your paper money does have a banknote that was issued for this specific bank. Now, this is the American National Bank of Pensacola, Florida. It is a $10 bill. Now, the black numbers you see on the left and right are a unique identifier for the American National Bank of Pensacola, Florida. So the 5603 is a unique indicator for that bank. This $10 bill sold for $192. Here we have something you guys should all be familiar with, Tampa, Florida. So the First National Bank of Tampa, Florida, the charter number is 3497. Beautiful $10 bill, even though it is in worn condition. You can see that this banknote saw a lot of circulation before it was finally brought into a collection and kept in safe hands by PMG's holder. This one sold for $240. Here is a Jacksonville, Florida note, charter 6888. It is the Atlantic National Bank of Jacksonville, Florida. Once again, a $10 bill here. Very, very cool piece of history. This one sold for $300. This is a pretty stained note. However, it sold for $432. It was graded by PMG at a very fine 20. This is the First National Bank of Bradenton, Florida. Very cool, with the charter of 10245. Here we have the First National Bank of Miami, Florida. Very cool. Charter number 6370. It is a $20 bill. You can see President Jackson there in that portrait in the center. This one was graded by PMG at a 55, about uncirculated. That means this bill likely has 1 or 2 folds on it and possibly some handling as well. It is important to know that if you have a rare paper money bill, to keep it very flat and safe. You don't want to be tearing it, obviously, or mishandling the note whatsoever. This note sold for $576. So this is unique. It is a large size $5 bill. So this is a 100% genuine $5 bill, and it's depicting the 23rd U.S. president, who is Benjamin Harrison, who served from 1889 to 1893. Now, do keep in mind, these are large size paper money bills. This one is from 1902. So the size of this bill is much larger than what we're used to seeing today. You can see on the back center of the bill, there's a depiction of the landing of the Pilgrims. I am a big fan of old paper money because there is so much history, so much fascinating things out there that people simply don't know about. But this is the St. Augustine National Bank of Florida with the charter number 11420. Once again, it's a 1902 plain back large size $5 bill from St. Augustine, Florida. It sold for $1,020. Here's another large size bill, except it's a $10 bill. You can see we have William McKinley there on the left hand side, looking very prestigious. This one is from the First National Bank of St. Petersburg, Florida, with the charter number 7730. This one got graded by PMG at a 25, and it sold for $2,280. Now, here's a really cool one. This is another $10 bill, except this one is from the First National Bank of Key West, Florida. Now, I don't know about you, but Key West is a great place to vacation, which means there is much more collector value in a note like this. Keep in mind, any really popular city that anyone likes to venture to, if you can attach a collectible to it like this, then the value is simply going to be there. Now, this note got graded by PMG at a fine 12, so that's a really really low grade. However, because it's from Key West, which is a very popular vacation spot for people, this one sold for $3,120, $15,600. Now, this is an uncut sheet of $5 small size national banknotes from the First National Bank of Miami. On top of that, this is a sheet of serial number 1 bills. Holy cow. Serial number 1 bills are really, really rare, and having an uncut sheet is really rare, and having a banknote from the First National Bank of Miami is rare. So you have so many factors taken into account this really rare sheet of bills. That is why it was able to sell for $15,600. Such a cool piece of US history here. Very, very cool. And we're really happy and excited to be able to share all this information with you today. If you want to pick up your completely free coin and currency ebook, go ahead and do that down below. It is completely free, and we will see you in the next video.